Hello and welcome to Future Cinema. Today we have with us Elias Engelhardt. How are you?
Perfect. Yeah, I'm really good. What about you?
Good. You came here because you have two projects. I mean, you are doing the masters in FH, and you have two projects. Now one is in post-production, that it's a music video. So we will start talking about this one, and after we will continue with the other project that you have, that it's a short film about suicide, well, not suicide, but depression, or, well, we will talk about it. So, about the music video, it's called Blood Drave, no?
Yeah, Blood Rave. Yeah.
Okay, and it's from two artists, that it's Dream Reaper and Magnavolt.
Yes.
What can you explain about it?
A lot. Where should I start?
What's about? I mean, it should has like a narrative, or I read that it's about like futuristic and also oniric. Can you explain us a bit of it?
Yeah. So like the style of the music is kind of industrial synthwave techno. So it's a very, very rough and hard music. So we were thinking about, okay, how can we fit a story to this? And what came directly into our minds was the cyberpunk-esque aesthetic, like very dark, very neon lighting style. And about this like core world that we got in our heads, we developed a story. And that's what it is mainly about. It's about our protagonist. It's like an anti-hero, and he fights an otherworldly entity, and all of this takes place in a nightclub. So, like, we can feature the music very, very well and very believable.
Nice. And it's also like the aesthetic is a bit of Lovecraft, like horror.
Yes.
What can you explain about, like, it's like super dark, like more red, or that's what I imagine. I mean, I don't properly know, but what can you explain about this?
Yeah. So like you already said, Lovecraftian horror was also an inspiration for this. We were thinking about, okay, how can we like elevate this dark feeling and not only create a story that takes part on Earth, but also has surreal elements. And yeah, we were looking at Lovecraftian horror, and what really put us into this was that in Lovecraftian horror you have this dark feeling of that humanity doesn't have a chance against these great powers, and that fit very well into the dark, moody tone that we wanted to create. So like we have our anti-hero who tries to fight these entities, but in the end he cannot win. And that was something that we found really interesting, and we put a lot of inspiration from that. And also in the aesthetics, like what you already mentioned, red is a color that's a key aspect of that. The parallel world of the entity is very reddish, and red is like the key color for the bad entity things in the movie. And yeah, the more red it gets, the more like into the darkness we are heading. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I imagine that those red, I don't know why, because it's still in post-production, but my idea when I read it was like, okay, it's red and black.
Okay,
like,
of course,
I think maybe also it was mentioned, I don't know, but it's like, I had like proper idea of this, and I say it, but maybe it was not red.
Okay,
but it's nice that
it was red, yeah, you were right.
Super. I also read that it was like, you want to do like an immersive trip to the spectator, like how you will manage this idea.
Yeah, the idea was that we're starting off with a situation that is kind of relatable. So we have our anti-hero, and he just enters a dark door in a like dark city. You just like get a feeling of this. And you don't really know where he's going or what's happening, but the more the story elevates, the crazier things get. So, like he's going through dark tunnels, and then when we first see the dance floor, we get to we get to see glimpses that there's not everything going right there. There are people that are like possessed, and we get more and more hints like that there's something going on. And the more and more the story progresses, the more dark it gets and the more like surreal it gets. And we wanted to like elevate this with the use of technology. So we created all of the entity stuff in the parallel world a lot with VFX and with full CG elements. And there's also a fight scene near to the end of the film. And the whole fight scene is done in 2D animation. So like we merge different styles together. So like not different techniques, not different styles, all one style, but different techniques. And yeah, that was kind of the thing that we did to immerse the viewer and always surprise the viewer.
And also I read that it's like a lot of surrealism, dark surrealism.
Yes.
So you also do it with the graphics and so on. Otherwise, it's more difficult not to do this surrealism if you don't. And related with all of this, how it's for a project, for a university project, how is to deal with this surrealism, these graphics, this like person itself, I mean like actors itself, how it's to deal with all of this for a project, for a student project, because this looks like a professional or sounds like a professional project. Is it difficult?
Yeah, I think every project has its own challenges. In our case, it was very much in the world building. And that was something we were discussing a lot. So like the DP, Max and me, we're talking a lot about how can we like work with lighting to create this world, with colors to create this world. And I think that was a big challenge. And also the different departments, like how would this parallel world and this whole entity look like, and how will we elevate that with the 2D animation part, and that's something we were discussing a lot about in the pre-production. So that like the ideal thing is that before you shoot, you already know what you will get. That never happens 100%, I would say, but that's something that we try to come close to.
Yeah, that was another question. Like, okay, you have everything super clear before, or you wanted to like try to mate whatever during the process, but you already solved it. But also it should be super difficult because the amount of money that you have for this kind of project, it's not so much.
Yeah.
And to have graphics and to have 2D or whatever, it's super, like it's expensive usually. How you deal with this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, yeah, this problem always comes up when you do like non-commercial projects, and there are many ways to solve it. I think the way that we did it in this case is that all of the crew, all of us, were working for free on this. This saves you a lot of money, but yeah, that's really crazy that all these people came together to create something and are taking their free time into this. Of course, we all plan to like publish it on our portfolios, but in the end, it's still tons of work for everyone. And yeah, that was one of the challenges to all find these persons. A lot of them were people we already knew before, and we told them about the project and hey, this could be interesting for you. And yeah, that was something that saved us a lot of money. And yeah, another part is that the FH Salzburg already had a lot of equipment that we could use. Of course, we had to rent something in addition, but that's the same thing when you know people and you ask them, hey, can you maybe give me this for less money, and we're doing a passion project. That can help, yeah. Doesn't always work, but it can help. And I think this way we like worked it out.
This is a proof that, okay, yeah, you need money to do a film or to do a project like this. But if you have a team that wants to believe in one project
Yes.
and wants to work for it, you can also try to to continue with it. I mean, also it helps a lot with the university tools and like people helping and everything, but it's like you believe in your project. So it's super nice. And you are doing also, I mean, you are doing the post-production now, but kind of you are dealing with 2 projects at the same time.
Yes.
How is this?
Yeah, I don't know. This happens to me a lot of times.
Okay.
I'm always super excited in creating films, and then yeah, it happens from time to time that there are 2 or maybe 3 or 4 projects that are coming at one time, and it's not easy to deal with that because you always have to shift your mind to the other world and the other story you're creating and give all of your focus to that. That's challenging, but I think it's also fun because it never gets boring. You have these different projects and you can shift your mind from one to another and go into that.
Yeah, but also it's like more difficult because you can mix it more easily, no? Or you can get like a bit of inspiration from the last one. I mean, in this case, it's completely different projects, but
yeah.
no, I think.
Yeah, I think the inspiration part is always very, very interesting because I think about that a lot. I think when it comes to inspiration, I would say I inspire myself from a lot of things, mostly from movies, from cinema, but from a lot of different things that I like. And so it happens that sometimes I'm doing projects like this, Blood Rave we talked before, and then the other one we will discuss later. So I think it's very hard to say in the end where the inspiration for something comes from in the end, because I would say I inspire mostly from the things that are moving me, where I get the feeling someone like could touch me with this, could make me feel something, and then I think, oh, I want to create that feeling too. And I think that's what what's the highest inspiration of all of the stuff. Yeah.
And I mean, we will see later we will talk now, like soon, about the short film. But who are your references? Because for sure, like the projects are completely different, and you can have like a lot of inspiration from a lot of sides. And as you said, you like to know about different things. But who are your references in like cinema?
A lot of people. I think it shifts from time to time. It started off with, when I was a kid or in my youth with the classic movies like Lord of the Rings and some big epic things, and it shifted then to more like Christopher Nolan, darker epic stuff. And I think when you continue to create films and watch films, it also gets a bit more. Sometimes you're like heading this niche, and sometimes you're heading this niche. What is inspiring me a lot are Salomon Lichthelm and Niklas Larsson. These are 2 commercial directors. I really like how they can create emotion in such a short time, because a lot of their movies are between 1 and I would say at max 10 minutes, but most of the time they're shorter. And they can create in a feeling, they can touch me in this short amount of time. That's something I find very inspiring. And when it comes to cinema, it also shifts a lot right now. I'm a big fan of Yorgos Lanthimos. His like weird approach to storytelling, but I think that shifts from time to time. I also very like Damien Chazelle. That's what I especially like about him is that he tells stories that tackle the question of how far would you go to achieve your dream? And I think that's maybe a question that a lot of creatives are asking themselves, and that's why this is so in kinds relatable, I would say. That's what I also find really interesting. Yeah.
So you have like a really big range of references. That's super good, because like all the projects are like kind of different. And I mean, you have a lot of experience in advertisement, in branded content, But returning to like now the project that you are doing for the university, you record just like some month ago the music video, and now you will record the short film like now in March or something like this. What you did in this project, in this music project, that you said, okay, I cannot do it next time. This step we will skip it, or okay, I don't know, like whatever, something we cannot choose this. You know what I mean?
No. I don't know.
Like for example, it can be super. Like for example, we choose to not last time, but another interview. They told me no. You know, we had like 3 days of shooting. I think that we can do it in 2. You know, like these kind of ideas. Do you know something like you are sure that you will do different in this project?
Differing from the other projects I did before in
not like
production?
The project itself, because it's completely different, like in production, like during the production.
Yeah, I think what will work better for This Is Not Strength, for the short film, will be that we like leave us a bit more room for spontaneous things on set. Because in Bloodwraith we were like planning everything out very precisely. Like also there happened things on scratch or at the moment, but a lot of things were very, very well planned out. And that's something that can work for some projects, but I think when it comes really down to the emotions of the characters and when that's the main focus, like in This Is Not Strength, then it's important to leave some room for that. And I think that's something that we are like planning there to do different. Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to the short film itself. Like you mentioned already that it's called This Is Not Enough, and This Is Not Strength. It's about like depression or like a guy, Tristan it's called, I think, and he have a good life, no, kind of.
Yeah, on surface level, I would say, but not beneath the surface.
Okay, can you explain us a bit how it? I mean, what's the plot? And like this, maybe we can understand it better.
Yeah. The main core of the story is like of the film is to raise social awareness on like hegemonial masculinity / toxic masculinity. Sometimes the lines blur between this, and we see a character that behaves not good. I would say he's not extremely radically bad, but you can see that he struggles a lot to share his feelings, to open up to people, and that's bad for him. You see it in a lot of cases in his life. He's just living on external success, but he's not going into himself and what he really feels, and doesn't want to share that. And I think that's the core of the story, to like see that, to see where this comes from, to go back into his childhood and see some glimpses what happened there, what made him who he is now, and in the end like give a kind of a possibility how it could be better, like I would say. That's what we want to create there.
So in a short film we will know not only the nowadays, we will also understand the past, as I understand it, and we will also understand like the future maybe, or it will be open, or...
No, it's not directly the future. That was something that we were planning.
Okay.
But we at the moment we were not planning to show the future. It's more like showing him in his mid-30s and then going back to his childhood where he was like 15, something like this.
Okay, to understand his behavior.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and where this idea come from?
Where this idea come from? Good question. I would say the first idea for this came when I was like thinking about what could be an interesting project, the interesting next big project. And I was thinking about themes that resonate with me, or that make me think, or that I want to go deeper into and explore, yeah, and that also have like a social meaning, because after Bloodrave, that was just like super epic dark stuff. I wanted to go into something deeper and like give a message, maybe, or make people think. I think that's the main core. And then I was discussing with the DP of this one, with Hannah, and we were talking about lots of stylistic things that we like and of themes that move us. And yeah, we were talking about toxic and hegemonial masculinity and said, yeah, that could be the one that fits for this project. And after that, we got deeper into it. We were like researching a lot, very lot. I think the first 3 weeks of the projects was just researching and finding out what is the status quo in this, what are the problems, where do they come from. And we were more like constructing the story from the research, I would say, in firsthand. So like we were saying, okay, what do we want to show? What has to be part of the story to tackle that theme the way it should be tackled, I would say. And right now we're more like in the process, okay, how can we make this more fluent and organic, that it doesn't feel like constructed, if this makes sense, yeah. So I think these are the two big parts of building up a story that is not built up for the sake of a story, but for the sake of awareness of something that you want to show. Yeah.
And you want that the public or the spectator connects with this person because of the in internal way and also in external way, as I understood. How you think that you will achieve this, or how it's planned?
Yeah, on first hand, it's planned through the things that happen. So yeah, it's a film that I think would mainly resonate with I would say classic cis men, because that's where this emotional state comes from. But it also can show to women how maybe get a better feeling for this. And how we want to achieve this, except the story, is like in the visual language. So we were planning like to do more immersive, rougher, closer kind of shots from the character when he's like into his headspace and in his everything else doesn't matter, I'm just into my mode and this stuff. And then we are planning to like give an objective view on this and jump out and show how this really looks from the outside and make yourself question, what is he even doing there? Because in the immersive shots, you're like really into his emotion, and in the other ones, you're jumping out and you're like, okay, why is he even doing this? This is bad for him. Yeah, that's core idea in the visual concept.
And also, I mean, you didn't mention yet, but also, I mean, you will put like music. You will not you maybe, but it will be composed music for the film. So we were talking before, and you said that the character will not talk so much, maybe, or not talk at all. But everything will be like with the music. So how do you think that the spectator will approach also with the music? Do you think that it will like reach?
Yeah, for me, music is a very big part of film. I think they're both equally important when it comes to storytelling. And so, yeah, what we try to do with the music, I'm working there with David Ottosson. He's also studying with me, but in the audio department. He's a composer. And yeah, we were talking a lot about the story and the feeling of the character in the particular scenes and what's going on and which tempo it should have, which intensity it should have in different states of the story. So that like he creates a story in the music, and the team around me and Hannah and the production like EPAC and so on, we are like creating the story and the visuals. And in the end, they both come together and they push each other. So that's the core idea. So that the music is a really big part on this one, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, as a film, always the music is important, and also the image. And also, I really like that because we were talking, as I said before, we were talking about this, and you said that he will not talk so much. That it's a way also that the spectator understands him more, because the other characters will talk also. So like this, it's not a music video also.
Yeah, it's not a music video in the end, that's true.
And it's a whole story in a short film. Do you think that, I mean, I don't know how long it's supposed that it should be, but do you think that you will achieve all the things that you want in this short film?
Yeah, we really hope so. It's like always when you're creating a film, you know it when you see it. But I think yes, because there are some kind of references to this one, not this theme, but films that are stylistically and from the craft of filmmaking into this direction, also very music intense, and so like we see that this works on from big directors and directresses in movies. Yeah, the part that you were mentioning with him not talking, that's something that we use as a stylistic element, because he cannot open up, he cannot share his feelings, and the best way to portray that is not letting him talk in a film where there's already not a lot of dialogue. We just plan simple lines that are very specifically chosen, that give some background information about the side characters around him. Yeah, and that's the way we're planning this right now. Yes.
I mean, it's completely different, but when you are talking about this film that is still in production, it reminds me to one musical. So maybe you are a bit reticent of this topic, but there's a musical related with, it's called All That Jazz. It's related with the director of Chicago. I don't know if you know this musical also. And he was in a depression. So you see how it's the depression going, and you see like the decadence of this man, but in a long film and musical. But in case that you didn't watch it, maybe you can also get a bit of inspiration. The style is not the same. It's also a bit dark, but I think that maybe it's related.
Okay.
I just thought about it when you mentioned.
Yeah.
And do you think, I mean, this project is for the university, but when you finish the project, the idea is to send it to festivals, or what's the plan to go with this?
Yeah, of course, festivals will be something that, in the end, when you're creating a film, especially with this one where we want to share, where we want to share and give awareness on this theme, it has to be seen. Otherwise, it can be nice, it can be not nice, it doesn't matter, but it has to be seen in the end. So yeah, that's something we plan. We plan to like put this on festivals and share it on every way possible. So like we are already, or we were also thinking about some like institutions or companies that could find this theme interesting, and maybe collaborating with them, and also that they afterwards can share this, or if they like can sponsor this. That's also something that we are currently working on.
I mean, you're working now with these 2 projects, but you mentioned before that you were also even sometimes doing 3 and 4. Do you have any more projects now?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Do you want to talk about them?
I can surely talk about them. Yes, I'm working with Leon. He was also here.
Yeah,
He told me.
last time.
Last time, yes. We're working together on his project. In that case, I'm doing the cinematography, and that film is about male body types and like not especially male body types, more like the ideal picture that society tells you a male should look like and what this does to a man in his also different phases of life. So there are some parallels. I think that's something that we were talking before, that our themes like match in parts. So that's very interesting, and that makes working together also very fun. Yeah, that's something we work on. But in that one, we are like more on an abstract level, because in This Is Not Strength, this should be, we're in a real place, we're in real places, we see like real persons. And in the one Leon and I are creating, we are more like in a surreal place. We're like in a like headspace, mind space with surreal things, surreal elements, and yeah, we will work a lot with that. Yeah.
Nice. I see that your wall is like between the surreal and the
Yeah.
completely real,
Yeah.
but immersive.
Yeah.
Nice. And okay, we are like almost done, but before we finish, we have here a box, and every person that it comes, it makes a question. So you have the opportunity to choose
Okay.
between two, and after you will need to write a question.
Okay. So I'm taking the small one here. What is your favorite Disney movie? Okay. I have to admit, it's very hard for me to differ between Disney and Pixar and so on, and what is what. But when we like say this is all one universe, then I would say Zoomania.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
really like this one. It's very cute. It's about it's in the end it's social criticism, but in a very nice way packed together. Like the animals are different, and that creates strengths from them, but that also creates problems. And in the end, they get that when they just work together, everything turns out the best. It's a very nice movie.
Nice choice. You before you were talking that you were working with Leon, and also before in our talk you said maybe I have the question of Leon. I will say that this was not the question. So if you want to take the other one, I will let you answer the second question. If you don't want, it's okay.
I can do, yes.
Yeah,
Would be
because
funny.
this one it's for sure Leon.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that could be Leon's handwriting. What's your guilty pleasure movie? Also a very good question. Oh my God, I would say it's definitely a superhero one. I think Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman film from I think 2017, something like this. It is.
Okay.
It's like it's very over inscenated and very big and super slow motion, and everything is super epic, but I really love it. I'm watching it and I just think, yeah, that's it. It's so nice. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
But it's long. I mean, all the superhero movies are like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, but I've watched this, I think, about 10 times, and
God.
every time I'm rewatching it, I'm just like, it's so good. Yeah.
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 And the amount of money that they put, it's also
Yeah.
a lot to do this kind of movies. Do you want to, I mean, you need to put a question for the next person. You don't need to answer more because
Okay.
otherwise we can stay here forever.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have to switch my brain on writing this down in more or less good English.
If you want, you can say it also out loud. Otherwise, it's okay, and next person will know. I knew the question of Leon because he said it. Like, okay, I will ask this.
Okay.
So I knew that it was not the Disney one. You can also write it in German if you need it.
I think it works. Yeah, I'm asking this because that happened to me multiple times.
Okay.
The question is, what was an happy accident that made it into your film? Because a lot of times when I was doing films, then there happened some things on set that we absolutely didn't plan. Maybe this was just like, oh, let's record this, and it doesn't matter, but just let's record this. And in the end, it was like a super epic shot and at a super important place in the film, and that's something that I really love about filmmaking. That sometimes the spontaneous and most random things can turn out really nice.
But this is also related with the fact of not having everything like super structured.
Yes.
Because if you have it like super like structured, it's
This
like
is
you cannot put it.
unlikely to
at all.
happen. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but it's nice. I mean, I never thought when I was preparing stuff, I was like never thinking of, okay, let's record this like in case.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes this happens, and this also happens sometimes in feature films, like I heard. So like in big productions, they're like, oh, this looks nice, let's record it. In the end, it's in the film, and you're like, oh, this is the most epic shot of the film, and afterwards they say, oh yeah, we were just like recording this, and this sometimes happens, yeah.
Nice. Well, we are ending already. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure. We will send you the show. I hope that you can come next time to explain us about another film or whatever project you have.
Would be very nice, yes.
Like. And for all of you, thank you for being in Future Cinema, and see you next time.